right, Smeagol!
Not anymore.
You spy! Cowboy! Bounty hunter for hire! Wake up! I have a job for you! A bounty!
All right, where do I start on this video? I mean, really, folks, you know, as a YouTuber here and someone who has been in the business a long time and have seen how the evolution of broadcast television and filmmaking has just been corrupted throughout the years. Chris Gore had just mentioned something recently. I just watched a video with him that Scorsese had said in an interview that filmmaking now has become factory filmmaking. And it's the same thing with broadcast. And the thing about it is it's the activism, the politics. We've discussed this in many different videos before. And this just keeps coming. And, you know, we keep telling you it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. But yet we're called crybabies, white supremacists, neo-Nazis, everything in the book. And that's the problem with this, is that basically we don't want these projects to fail. We want them to succeed. But you got to keep certain people away from these projects. Listen to what the fans want. You're making these for the fans and hopefully to get new fans out of it. One thing is word of mouth. That was the old thing back in the day. There used to be a shampoo commercial, a pure shampoo commercial. They used to say, you tell two friends, and so on and so on and so on.
Friends about it, and they told two friends, and so on and so on and so on.
But before we get into this video, I just first want to thank all of you out there for subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. You know, right now we're going through a bit of a speed bump with this channel, and every other YouTuber will tell you the same situation. And this happens to be with YouTube itself. They keep changing the rules and all that. The best thing you can do, you as my viewer, you're watching out there, hit that notification bell, share this video with others. Also hit that like. The more you share and more people find out about these videos, not only including myself and other YouTubers, they will find this product. And at that point, there's nothing more YouTube can do to stop the information getting out. And that's very important, that the correct information is out there. And we've seen what happens when information is perverted, it's twisted and turned to the way that the mainstream industry wants America and other countries to see from us, especially here in the US of A. Cowboy Bebop. You know the original anime, you love the anime if you are a fan of it. It is a great series to watch. Now Netflix has done an adaptation, and all of you know about this. And we've warned you. We've warned you to the situation. We've seen some of the clips at first. We asked a lot of questions and questions that weren't answered. And this is the reason why it wasn't answered, because they knew they were writing something that was garbage. You know, we had Danielle Pinella. We had her criticize everybody on YouTube when they said she was not dressed right. She said, well, I couldn't wear something of that nature. But she was caught 4K, as people would say, you know, wearing outfits in another series that would be similar to what she would have worn in this. And, you know, they said, well, it's sexualizing women, sexualizing the woman on there, but not realizing it. And you saw the little definition I put at the beginning of this episode, noir. Or in the case of Cowboy Bebop, a neo-noir, a genre of crime film or fictionalized characterized by cynicism, fatalism, and moral ambiguity. Cowboy Bebop is a science fiction neo-noir. And that was the major thing missing from this series, is that they were trying to build it up like if it was an anime itself done, transpose it into a live action. And this is one of the major problems with making a live action. Why is Alita Battle Angel still one of the best made anime adaptations to live action? Because they spent the time to look at how the original was made, look at the manga, put all that together, and put it on the screen. This was not factory filmmaking. This was actually filmmaking at its best. This is why, and Chris Gore agrees on this, the 1970s was the best time for filmmaking. And I also include the 80s as well. Why? Because filmmakers were not afraid to put something on the screen. The studios were okay to shoot some of the things because we were in a sort of an in-between point between the Hays Code ending and the MPAA starting up. So it opened up a whole new world when the Hays Code was removed. And when you look at the Rotten Tomatoes on the Netflix Cowboy Bebop, and you see also the audience score, it should tell you it's already certified, pretty much certified rotten at this point. And you can see it's 51% on the critic score, and the average audience score is 52%. And this is at the time of this recording. This may change. It could get lower. It might go up a little bit. But understand to the critics, and we're talking the top critics, and you could read into it. I mean, here's a little bit. Somehow the producers have managed to make a show that appears to be provoke skepticism among the original devotees without affecting inviting newcomers into the party. Whatever the cause, the chemistry feels off. Sadly, it misses the core appeal of Cowboy Bebop, which finds its deepest renaissance in a rich texture surface. In its resolute ordinariness, the main value of this new Bebop will drive you back to watch the old one. And this goes on and on and on. And if you read the reviews that are good, these are people that don't really understand what the series is. They're just basically have never seen Cowboy Bebop, never understand. These people are that would not watch anime in general, because this is how they think. Even on the Japanese end, they haven't done too well with the live action, but there are ones that stand out. Death Note, not the Netflix Death Note, but the Japanese version of Death Note was fantastic, including its sequels. Alice in Borderland, Netflix's Alice in Borderland was also another one that was very good. From the manga to the pages of the manga to the anime, to live action, it did a good job. Was it perfect? None of these are never perfect. As good, like I said, Alita Battle Angel is the top. Was it perfect? It wasn't perfect, but it was very rich, very well done. You can't ask for what Alita Battle Angel, Alice in Borderland, you can't ask for any more what you could put on the screen. There's so much work that goes into this. It doesn't matter how much money you put into these projects. You're always going to have something that the director might tweak or the screenplayer might tweak on there. But when it comes to something like a Cowboy Bebop, you're rewriting the history. You're copying everything from the anime and putting it into a live action and then distorting it. And look what they did with Ed. I mean, and this is what we say. This is the reason why they did not show Ed at all. They were waiting. They let it go on because they know the backlash the fans were going to give. This, someone put it best on Twitter on there, and they pasted Ed's face, the live action Ed, on a Game Boy ad, an old Game Boy ad from the 80s. And that's true. That's the kind of face that you would see on a Game Boy ad. I mean, this is insane. What they've done to this show, expecting that the fans are going to flock to watch this. Netflix, I'll tell you honestly, Netflix is 50-50 with their streaming site. And I say that for a reason, is that they do have some programming on there, some movies, some specials that are good. The other half of it is stuff that is pure garbage. You know, you have a lot of stuff out there that just basically doesn't belong on there. And that's including a lot of the shows, a lot of the live stand-up, some of their own version of late night. If you remember the Michelle Wolf stuff, that was just a nightmare in itself. And Netflix still doesn't understand its viewers. Put it to the perspective that Netflix, I still consider Netflix tops in the streaming wars because they've been at it the longest. Out of all the companies itself, they've been at it, you know, where the point where they have created new technology, they're creating their own studios, they're hiring stuff from overseas in Japan and in Asia, in France, in many different countries, that they're putting all these type of programming together. You know, they're trying to create their own network per se. You know, like and I'm talking to the point like ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. That's what they're trying to do, but in a streaming capacity. They're skipping the network, going broadcast, and doing it online, which that's something that I've been wanting to do for many years. I saw this coming for a long time. I have had discussion. I've sat down in discussions with people putting websites together and streaming sites together, and I said, this is where we're headed for. And here we are, 2021, and this is where we're at. But the problem is what's going on in Hollywood. We can't have a good Bebop live adaptation. This is why we're worried about the One Piece adaptation, the Macross. Akira, where is Akira right now? And I think there's a lot of issues with that. And that, you know, I think this is why we haven't seen Akira, which has been, it's like Deadpool. We wanted a Deadpool for years. We hope Akira ends up to be good like a Deadpool situation on there, because it's been on there. But, you know, I have no faith in Hollywood right now. I have no faith at all. I think they're just pure garbage, because this is the people that are working there. That's why the stuff out of Asia is doing phenomenal in the US. This is why manga is beating the crap out of the comic book industry, because they are not forcing the politics. The one shocker I've had this year, and we have a video walking up on this, is that League of Legends TV series that they've put on Netflix, which I just finished watching the last 3 episodes, and I was surprisingly shocked, considering that the corporation that owns it is Tencent and it's China, but I see a French aspect to the nature of the artwork itself, which I think that basically the French and the people here in the US had more of a say-so in the making of this series. Now, understand, it has its issues, and we'll discuss that in another video, but it still worked out, and I'm wanting more. And I'm not a League of Legends player. I don't play League of Legends, but I have been brushing up on the lores and stuff like that, and surprisingly, there are some changes that they have made, and people will yell out there that they've been made that they don't agree with, but I think from the point of view that I've seen, it works out better, especially for those people who have not played League of Legends. So, do we expect a season 2 out of Bebop? Hard to say. They may have shot it already, understandably, because Netflix is known for this, you know, especially like if you saw She-Ra, you know, they said, "Oh, we've gone this." They've made several seasons. No, they've already made these episodes already. They just split it up. It's like the Rick and Morty deal. You know, they've split up the 70 episodes into seasons on there, but they've ordered 70 episodes. So they've worked ahead just to get to that end of the contract. Once they finish that contract, will there be other seasons? Hard to say. I hate to say we told you so, but we did tell you so. So tell me, how do you feel about it in the comments below? Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, and notification bell. We hope you're having when this airs, hope you're having a happy holidays and Thanksgiving. As we are off already for Thanksgiving, but we've already worked ahead and made sure we had some content for you. Also, just to let you know, Saturday Pre-Flight will return back on December 3rd. We got 3 new episodes that are being worked on right now for the holiday season, and then we're going to take off for the rest of the year until next year. On there for Saturday Pre-Flight. Man with the Show will continue on till close to Christmas as well, and then take off as well for the holiday. But Man with the Show will continue content in the long run. So we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in, and hey, stay safe and happy Thanksgiving.